Okay, we just did a messy, just background, the big old brush. We just want it to start out like that, okay? So I'm gonna put that in the water, and I'm going to take probably, let's see, what do I want to start with? I think I'm gonna start with a, just a minute, all my paint brushes are over here. Um, an angled brush, because I want to start getting some angles in this. And we're going to do, let's see, I am going to do like a bigger flower and then maybe a couple of smaller ones on the side. I'm not quite sure yet. So we're just going for it today, y'all. Just going for it. Okay, this is a flat. A flat will do. This is called a flat brush. That will do good. I really want the angled. I wanted a bigger one. This is a small angle right there. But I think I'm going to use a bigger angle. I've got one over here that I need to wash out real quick. This is an angled. It's probably a half inch. It said it's a number 12. It's kind of thick, and that's okay. Because I'm doing this fabric, so I'm doing bigger flowers. So I'm going to take this pink here, but I'm going to add some white to it. So now what I like to do is take just bits of each and kind of get it together going. Just take little pieces at a time. I am going to get some burgundy. You know what? We might take this red and add some of this color in it. See what we come up with. Because I want colors that are going to complement each other, but I want it darker. So that's good. That's a good color. And then I'm going to get a little bit of burgundy. Whoops. Dropping stuff. Good morning, Vicki and LaGina. Good morning. Good morning, Irma, my friend. Good morning. Good morning. Thank y'all for being on. I appreciate it. I haven't posted yet project I did last week. I am going to do that today. I do have time today. So I will get that in there today. Hope you all had a wonderful Easter weekend. Let me know in the comments what you did. Did you get with family? Did you go to service? We did. We had a wonderful time. Had church, which our kids and youth put on a program. And then my husband spoke for maybe 10 minutes, y'all. It was, but, I mean, after the program, it was, you know, you didn't want to do it too long, but he did speak for about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe at the max 15. And then we had a packed out house, which is awesome. I'm getting my color, so I'm going to talk to you. Then we went and ate at the dining hall. Everyone, just about everyone stayed. The kids hunted Easter eggs. We just had a good time. Sunday, Easter Sunday. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of brown. Oh wait, this is a darker brown. This is the one I want. And so just let me know in the comments. Did y'all see family? I did not get to see any of my family. They were all with their families. Easter is just hard for us all to get together because everybody lives apart. I don't have any that live in the city I live in. Closest one is my youngest son, and he lives 2.5 hours from me. And they're involved in their church, so they went to their church. Okay, so I'm going to start with this dark color first. Let me see if I missed any comments that it will show me. If you're new, just tell me hi in the comments. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to do my large one about right here. I don't want it centered. I want it kind of off-centered. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and we're just going to get some of that dark going in it. And we're not doing it real even. You don't want it. I love a loose painting. If you don't know me, I love loose paintings. I like just stuff coming together. So we're just going to start putting some marks in here to get our flower going. And I do want some dark marks in there to begin with. Get that dark going. All right, I think that's enough dark. So I'm just going to wipe off my brush. And again, if you don't know me, I teach acrylic painting online in a private group, also in person. I do paint parties and all of that, just to give you a little bit about me. So now I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take a little bit of, I'm going to use just regular acrylic. This is a warm white, but I think I want to use, do I want to use the warm? I'm going to use the warm white. But the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to use 2 plates. I'm going to take, this is regular acrylic, so we're going to put it on there. And then I'm going to use what's called a fluid medium. This is a matte fluid medium that will thin your paint out. And when you're doing it on fabric, you do want that to be a little bit thin so it will go on a lot better. Now, I've done it before where I did not use that. I just use straight acrylic, so it will work. Now, I still have a little bit of that color in my brush, which is what I want. So I'm going to put it over here, and we're just going to start doing some little marks in it, especially around where these edges are, where I have the green showing. I want to take and just do some little marks around. Just give me some movement going on here. Now you have to trust the process. Definitely have to trust the process. So I'm just taking this paint here and just adding it to it. Just trying to get something going here. You want to get different. And I'm doing them all kind of circular, so it's not real hard to get it in there. I'm going to add some little white touches in here, just different places. Just do some little white marks. I will add a little bit more of the dark once I get it kind of shaped like I want. Okay, I do want to add just a little bit more dark to it. So I'm going to use this little brush here because I don't want to get it on my big brush. So we're going to add a little bit more of this right through here, like that. I'm going to do it a little bit messy. I don't want it. And then we're going to come back with our white, our pinky white. Just kind of come under it, just to do some little mixes in there. Start building it up just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of our pink color now. We're just going to add some of that pink in some of this. I like that dark though. I think I like the dark better. So I'm just adding just what I think it needs here and there. I'll add some more white. And it's a warm white that we're adding in there. Let's add a little bit more of this dark color. Now I'm going to just kind of tap it in there. Instead of, I don't really want brush strokes so much as just maybe just a tap of that in there. And the same with the white. I'm going to do that white along that side there. Okay, it is coming together. I'm going to get a little bit of that white in that center. And see how it's coming together just by doing little marks. What kind of paint? I'm using I'm using all acrylic paint, June, but some of it is fabric acrylic. It's by Deco Art. But now, you do not have to have the fabric acrylic. If you want to paint on like material, you can use a regular, just plain old acrylic paint, but you do want to thin it down because it's a lot easier. Now, I have done it where I've used straight acrylic and it did just fine. So you don't have to have it. I just thought I would try that. I've never even used the fabric paint before. And all it is, from what I can feel in my brush, is it's a little bit thinner. So you could thin your paint down some. I never have. I wish I had a cap here that I did, but I sewed them all. I've painted straight acrylic with on my, and I'll show you. I'll do it on this. Straight acrylic, no extra. But this is acrylic paint. See how pretty that rose or flower is coming together? And it's very loose. I love loose. Love it loose. If y'all have a question, please feel free to ask. And I'm going to try and look. I'm going to leave this one right now. And then we'll come back if I need to do something else to it. So I'm going to clean off that brush. And we're going to start with some smaller ones. Let me wipe this off real quick. Just start with some smaller little flowers. I want to add probably at least 2 more. So I'm going to put one close to it, I think. I'm trying to think where I want to put this. Okay, I'm going to do one here small and then a bigger one right there. Now, I do want to add a little bit more green to my bottom. And the way I did that, if some of y'all come on late, I used a huge brush. You do not have to have this brush to do this. I like using it because it just gives me just some big old marks, you know, just makes huge marks in it. So I'm just going to put it in. I just want some more green on down in here because I am going to, I need to see what y'all are seeing. Okay, y'all are seeing good. I'm going to come down a little bit further than what I thought I was. So let me just get that green, and I'm picking up a little bit of white and adding that to it. Now I'm going to use on this next flower, I will use straight acrylic and just show you that you can use just straight acrylic, okay? So let me get some just acrylic paint. I'm going to try and get close to the same colors. I used a burgundy. Let me get the burgundy and I'll show you. Let's see. Let me see. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is just straight acrylic. This is Folk Art and it's not anything special. It's just acrylic paint. Plain old acrylic paint. See how thick it is? It's very thick, and that's why the fabric paint is just thinner, okay? This is acrylic, so I'm going to start with this. I may not do the outside because I don't have the correct colors, but if you're going to use plain acrylic paint, I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to spritz it with just a little bit of distilled water, just to give me a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of brown to it, just to give it a darker tone, and then a little bit maybe of that pink. But see, if you spritz it just a little, you don't want to spritz it a lot because it'll lose the pigment in it. So this is plain acrylic. I do want to do this one. I'm going to come over here, and I think I'm going to have this one looking out this way. So I want to start my center maybe right here. We're just going to just get it on there sloppy. And then we're just going to do, and I'm going to pick up some more. That's another thing. You would have to wet your brush, and I am, with just water. And then I'm going to come in here and just do some little marks in it, just to get my flower going. Okay. I want the dark. Now this is my center right there. And then I'm just going to do some little dark marks around it. I don't want a big one, so I'm just going to go about like that. Let's get some little marks. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pick up the white, or it is called, and this is not acrylic paint. This is called, it is acrylic paint, but it's not your fabric paint. It's just regular acrylic. It's called Warm White. And we're going to pick it up. Hi, Totally Together Crafting by Brenda. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Hi, Keffinese Crafts. Good morning. Y'all, if you see any of my crafting sisters and you're not following them, there is a blue button by their name. Just follow them. I know they would love it. And if you're not following me, I would love it. I do different things. In fact, let me show you what we did last week. And I don't always, whoops, excuse me. I don't always paint, but we did on this. This is what we did last week. I have not posted it yet. We were so busy. I will get this on today. We did it on a just a tin and added different textures in it, and I'll tell you how to do it and show you how to do that little flower too. So anyway, I will get that posted today. I will get it done today. I know I'm behind, but hey, just too much going on. I have a lot of life goes on, doesn't it? So we all have life and it all goes. So I'm just going to start just building this little flower. Just kind of doing some little loops here and there. This one I'm going to have coming out that way. So I'm going to get a little bit more dark. I want it, I think I need that dark. And this is plain acrylic paint, y'all, right there. And it is thicker. I'm going to wipe some of it off because I don't need the rest of it real thick. And then I'm just going to get my white. We're going to come around it. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that color. And it's going to give me a little bit more dimension in there. Give me some little dark marks going in there just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then we want to just start building this flower around. And I just take it and do just little marks. I'm using this round brush and I just start doing little marks around it. Now, if you're in one of my painting classes, I tell you step by step exactly what I'm doing. But it's kind of hard. And sometimes I do on here, but time gets away. So it's like you sometimes just have to get it done. Okay, so we've got this little flower. I'm going to let it dry. And I just want some little marks coming off of it, just like that. So we've got that little flower. Let me look at it. Okay, and see it's pointing that way. So now I'm going to take one more flower. I think I'm going to do it right here, and I'm going to do it even smaller. So let me get my little paint here for the center, and I'm going to have it just, I don't know, we'll see. See how I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it there, and I'm going to just do some little dark. Can y'all see that? Let me pull it up. Thank you, Pam. Pam's a wonderful, wonderful lady. No, she's in my class, VIP class. We've got several on here that's in the VIP class, and I appreciate them ladies. They're sweethearts, and we have a great, great group. In fact, our group is open. If you're interested, we're starting with this month. I'm kind of revamping it a little. So we're starting on a series this month, and it's going to be bowed blossoming flowers. So it's going to be all about flowers, but it's going to be really bowed colors. You don't have to use bowed colors. I'm going to use bowed colors, bold colors. I'm from the South, raised in the South, and I'm Central South. I live in Mississippi right now. I am originally from Texas and Louisiana. My mother was from Louisiana. My dad, Texas. I was born in Texas. Lived both Louisiana, Texas. Then moved to Mississippi just the last, oh goodness, 15 years, something like that. So you'll get all kinds of accents out of me trying to figure out where I'm. So anyway, okay, let me look at this one in the calendar. In the okay, I want this one just a little bit fatter. Maybe not. It don't have to be so fat. I'm gonna come on down just a little bit more, just pulling it out. If you're interested in our wanting to know more about the membership, just put VIP. I'll be glad to give you a little bit of information on it. But anyway, we do 4 tutorials a month. And then if I do like, I did the bunny, if any of y'all saw that, the big bunny textured painting, that's free for the group to get in and different things like that. Group gets a lot of bonuses and giveaways, and we give away stuff, you know, just different things. So, but anyway, if you're interested, just put VIP and I'll be glad to get you some information on it. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit darker right there. I want to look and see how that one looks. This one's a little bit different. Let me wipe some of my paint off. I have a ton of paint. And I got to watch my time, y'all. I come on at 11:30. Oh, we're doing 11:15. We're doing good. I have to 12, right? Yep. Okay. All right. I'm trying to get them to look pretty close to the same, and they don't have to. You can always do different type flowers within your group. So this one's gonna be a little bit different, y'all. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna do one more little mark there. Okay, let me clean this off. I'm liking the way they're looking. Good morning, Anna. Thank you, Audrey. I'm just gonna look at comments real quick because I'm doing super good. So I just want to say, oh, Vicky, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. I hope so, because I really do want them to learn about it. Kimberly, hello, my sweet friend with Craft Crazy Company. I didn't see you. Jeannie's Palette, and there's another sweet lady. She does paint pouring that is awesome. All these ladies are awesome. They do crafts. They do some wonderful crafts. If you are not following Craft Around the Clock, I did put the link in my description, so it is there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do first, we're going to add some leaves and stuff, and I may add a couple little buds if I have time, just some flower buds, but we're going to add some leaves now to this. And I got it kind of mixed in. My green is mixed in with my red. So let me see if I can get some of it out. I may have to put it on a different plate. Anyway, I've got 2 different greens. I love, and acrylic paint loves layers of color. So what that means, it likes more than one color. And I try and use 2 to 3 different colors. So I'm using 2 different greens, and I'll show you the bottom. This is the dark green, and this is a lighter green. So I'm using these 2 colors to do my leaves, and then I'll probably add, I always love to add either gold or yellow in there. So I will probably do that also. I think I'm going to use my angled brush to do this, and not the round. This is a round. This isn't flat. Well, oh, that's a flat. I don't want the flat. I want the angled. So we're going to use the angled brush. What's called an angled brush. And I'm going to take and put my paint on it. And we're just going to start doing some flowers. Now I do want to do some up in here. So I'm just going to take, and some will look very, just nothing to them. See how that does already? Looks good. We're going to leave it. See how that does? Very easy. You just set the brush down. So easy. I do want to get some right through here though, just to get some little leaves going. Very super easy to do small little leaves. And I did, as you notice, I did not do like a stem or nothing. And so sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So now I want a bigger one. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to kind of just do it like this. And just bring it in. I am going to get a little bit of that lighter paint, and we're going to just, and now this is where I'm going to show you my gold. I'm going to use King's Gold. It's plain old acrylic paint. So let me put a little bit of that in there. I want to show y'all. We could put a little bit of white also in there, but I want to take and just put a little bit of this King's Gold in there. And it's just going to give it See how that does it? Just makes it look so pretty. Then we'll put a little bit more dark on it. So, and I'm doing it tapping on the sides. See how I'm tapping around on the sides just to give it a little bit more dimension there. Very easy, not hard at all. We just want to give it a little bit of, just give it some help there. I'm going to take a little bit of the white on these and I think lighten them up on some. Just add them. Just add a little bit of that white in there. I'm going to add a little bit of touches of white in here just to give it a little bit of brightness. That's our light source. So we just want little bits of light source coming through. You just kind of mix that in right there. Okay. We will do a little bit more to that, but let's go ahead and just get everything kind of, I'm going to do this a little bit more gold, and I'm going to start pushing it inward like this. And what that is going to do is start giving me a little bit more shape of a leaf. And then on this side, we'll just do a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to leave that right now. We'll come back to that. But let's go ahead and place some more leaves, different spots. Let's do kind of a big one over here. I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm just going to start doing it on the sides. Let me do another big pointy thing. Then we're going to start coming down. Let me get a little bit more paint. And we're just going to start bringing it down on the sides. Now your leaves are not perfect. Now there are some that are really close to perfect, but the kind I want, I don't do. Oh, y'all can't even see. Let me scoot it over. I don't do perfect. I like to do fun. I like to do loose, and so that's what we're doing right here. Let me get a little bit of gold, and we're going to put it on this side. Make sure, and I'm going to tap it in. I did put cardboard underneath this so it doesn't go through the other side of my canvas here bag. So we're just tapping that gold in and see what a difference it makes. We're going to get a little bit of white. I got to watch it. Oh, we've got time. We got 10 minutes. So then I'm going to put a little bit of white just to give it, this is our light source right through there. Give me a little bit more dark paint and bring it in this way. Do want a little line right there. And then we're just going to touch it down right there. See how simple? Not hard, y'all. Then I'm just going to take, and we're just going to do some little marks here to get some flowers going. Flowers. Just a few little small leaves going. Nothing fabulous or nothing. Just something that looks like a leaf. Then again, whoops, sorry. I'm going to get a little bit of that gold in there. Just to give it a little bit more color. Just like that. And then we're going to take our white again, because we want a light source in there. I like a light source. I like to know that there's light coming from somewhere. And then there, see how simple? Not hard at all. Now we want to get some down in here. So let me pull this back over. I do want to take a little bit more white while I'm on this one right here. Let me see where I'm at. There we are. And add just a little bit more white source in this, because I need just a little bit more. And then I'll come back with a little bit of that green just to give it, I want it to be a little bit more light source on this side. But then we're going to tone it down just a wee bit. A little bit more gold in it. And don't worry, guys, I do this, girls, guys, whoever you are, I do this all the time. So it's part of the process. You have to trust the little process that we're going through. Okay. We want to get I want to get this in the middle. And then I'll get me a little bit more of my darker green where I don't want a light source. And we're going to come back with that dark green and just do some little lines in it, just like that. At the bottom, see how we're just getting a little bit of dimension in there. Do want a little bit more yellow. I got too much white. So I want a little bit more yellow. Okay, now let's go down here. Now these, I'm trying to think. I think I am going to do just a small stem, just like right here. I'm going to do it, just do on the bottom, just kind of get like this. And then do me a small little stem coming down like that. And then from this, I'm going to do it the same thing. I'm just going to do some little stems come in like that. Nothing fabulous. Just do some little lines, and then we're going to do our paint. We're going to do some leaves now. Now on this one, I want to do a big one. I'm trying to think if I want a big one up here. I'm not sure yet. Let's go ahead and do this one. I've got 8 minutes. So let's just start doing. Now I'm taking my brush, and I want a bit, not a huge one, but pretty big one. So we're just making some little marks like this, just to get that leaf look in there. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of the gold then, and then we're going to come back with that gold. Just kind of press it in there. Can y'all see? I want to make sure y'all can see. And just get her in there, just like that. Get my little light green, just to get some light tones going. I do want a little bit of dark right through here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of white on this side, just to give it a light source. Okay? Super easy, not hard. And we're just going to do a little bitty piece coming right there. That is not hard, very easy. Now I'm just going to do some little bitty marks like this, just to give it some more leaf look, like there's leaves all around. I'm trying to see which way I want to go with this. Okay, did one there. I really need to go that way with that. Okay, and then we're just going to do some here, like that. Then I'm going to do another big one on this side. And we're going to pretty well do it the same way. I'm just going to do it right here, though. We're going to take it, just do our sides. Maybe not as big as that one, or as many pieces. Maybe so. Who knows? You just get your brush in there, and you just get going. Let me turn it just a little so I can get this thing shaped right. Whoop. A little bit more paint. And let me get a wet one, because I did get some paint on the bottom here I don't want on there. And I'm going to try and clean it off. If not, I'll have to get some soap when I get through, because I don't want it at the bottom. If so, I may just do a leaf down there. Okay, so let's get this in there. Get that dark in there. There we go. I wanted it a little bit dark, and then come back with my gold. What time? Okay, 5 minutes. We're doing good. Okay. And then we're just going to get that gold in there again. I love the gold tones in my flowers. And I know mostly it is like for fall, but I just like that color in there. And it just looks pretty. I just like, oh, y'all can't even hardly see what I'm doing. Let me move it over. Okay. Then we're going to put a little bit of light tones right through here. Do a little mark right there just to get that dark in there. Just kind of want to move it all together, like to give it, but then I don't want it to look plain. So I come back with different tones just to give that a different look. Okay, we're going to put a little bud right up in here. So that is part of why. And like I said, I may do a few more leaves just coming down because I did make a boo-boo right there. I set my brush down and it sit right on top of it. Okay, so let's do a bud. Couple of little buds in here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it like this. Just get some little marks in here just to get some coverage, just like that. And then maybe come on down a little more just to get some smaller little leaves. Let me get these in there and then we'll do some little flowers in there. I'm just going to do some little marks, like there's some more green going on here and there and everywhere, because we do want it to look full and pretty. Okay, let's get a couple of more buds, or at least one. I think I have time for one more. So let me get my brush here. I may not do a bud. I just may do a very tiny little flower right up in here. So we're going to get it going. I need it to go, I don't know which way I need it to go. Okay, we're just going to get it marked up. Just kind of like that. I will do more than 4 because I like an odd number. So I will do one more if I don't have time before our time runs out. And then we're just going to start adding. I'm going to have this one just going up that way, I think. And just add some of this white in there. Get some more white. And just get some little pieces of white going different ways. And then just a little bit more of the center there. I want to get it kind of messy. I don't want it to be totally rounded. And y'all, we are about done with our time. I am going to add in, like I said, another flower in here. And I'll probably do it coming off of one. I may have it coming off of this one here, just hanging, and then do some more leaves down in here. And add a little bit more dimension to my leaves, which is I will use a angled brush, and I will just do some little stems and stuff in our leaves. But there it is, y'all. Our time is up. I thank y'all for joining me. I will finish it. Just little details. That just gives you an idea of what you can do on canvas bag. I'll hold it up so you can see it. But there it is right there. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. And thank you for joining me today. And I will see you. Go watch the next one. I'll see you later. Bye.